This was me. As a 25 years old young Nigerian farmer, I was full of hope. I started a 20-acre farm with resources from friends and partners. But I kept it a secret from my parents. Because no Nigerian parent would want their child to go into a profession like this. But I was passionate and I was firm in my belief. Everything looked good on paper. I had my plan, my budget, and my projections. But the farm, it had plans of its own. The farm kept taking and taking until I had nothing to give, but I kept giving. At the end of the season, I ended up with a terrible harvest. I was in debt and I was depressed. Unfortunately, this is the same situation for farmers around me. Like my friend. He also started his poultry farm with so much enthusiasm. He also struggled and struggled. He ended up in debt, he was depressed, but he became an alcoholic. Being in debt, depression, and even being an alcoholic is not the end of the road for many farmers. Some have no option than to die by suicide. Agriculture is the major driver of the Nigerian economy, employing majority of its population. In fact, 80% of the food produced is produced by smallholder farmers. What is really happening here? On one hand, we have a huge population with need for food. On the other hand, we have farmers that are broke. I see two problems here. One, high cost of feed. Two, waste. In the year 2020 alone, the cost of fish meal and soya meal, which are major ingredients for animal feed production, rose by up to 130%, increasing the cost of these products. Now, the cost of the increase of food drove 7 million Nigerians down the poverty line, according to a report by the World Bank. And secondly, I mentioned waste. And I know that at the mention of waste, we are all thinking of plastic, right? Because what problem can food waste have? 40% of the food produced by these farmers, unfortunately, goes to waste due to unsustainable agricultural practices. Now, organic waste doesn't seem serious because like a peel of banana in my hand, I throw it on the ground, it decomposes, right? Easy peasy. What can be the problem? But usually, this waste end up in landfills. And in landfill, they decompose at a much slower rate, releasing methane to the environment. Now, methane is about 80 times more potent and more dangerous than carbon dioxide in causing climate change. And in this mix, it is the perfect breeding site for disease-causing organisms. What can we do about this problem? We looked into nature and we found a solution. The black soldier fly. I know when I mentioned a fly, an annoying sound came to our minds. That annoying buzzing sound. Zzz. And accompanying that sound is the thought of dirtiness, pests, and diseases, right? But this fly is really different. The fly doesn't fly so well. Yes, it doesn't bite, neither does it sting. And it doesn't eat. So it has no business hovering around your food. The fly in itself is simple, but the larvae of the fly is really special. It can decompose and eat any type of organic waste, and they are voracious eaters. Imagine me, as a 70 kg man, having to eat twice my body weight every day. That is 140 kg of food every day. Now, the larvae of the fly can reduce the waste mass of any type of organic waste by up to 1/3 of its body weight in just 12 days. The residue is organic fertilizer for farmers. The larvae itself is natural food for fish, pig, and poultry. Incorporating this into the farmers' everyday farming can help them reduce their production cost by up to 35%. Isn't that amazing? But how do we make this the reality of that struggling Nigerian farmer? my organization, Entojutu. Now, Ento stands for insect, of course. Ojutu in my local language stands for solution. At Entojutu, we came up with a model that is centered around adoption. And this model, we call it the DEAL model. Now, D stands for demonstrate. At this phase, we at Entojutu, we start by doing. On a daily basis, we use waste as a resource and the black soldier fly larvae to treat this waste. E stands for experience. At this stage, we bring these farmers to our facility and we train them from receiving waste to having their own lovely black soldier flies, to taking the larva and using it to treat the organic waste, to harvesting products from this waste treatment process. And A means adoption. This is the core of our activities. At this stage, we support and we work with the farmers to integrate this technology into their farms using resources from their farm and from their communities. L, which is the last stage, means leverage. At this stage, we believe that knowing this technology would open up the mind of the farmer to look into nature and transition to using more earth-friendly methods, whilst also looking into the black soldier fly waste treatment method and the possibilities therein, like oil extraction. The oil of the black soldier fly larvae is high in lauric acid and omega-3 fatty acid, or using the black soldier fly waste treatment process for producing biogas for their daily energy needs, or extracting chitin and melanin, which can be used by pharmaceutical industry. In fact, this can serve as an extra source of income for the farmer. This is not rocket science, trust me. On this campus, we use the black soldier fly larvae to treat waste from our own kitchen, and we fed it to our beds. Happy birds end day. Solutions like this are existent in nature, and they can help us overcome our daily life challenges, like the plastic-eating mealworm, Tenebrio molito, or the sea algae, which can be used to make bioplastic, or this little guy, the locust, which can be used for food and for feed. Let's learn the habit of looking into nature, because what seems to be the problem can actually be the solution. At Entojutu, we start with the black soldier fly. Thank you.